face Finland in the gold medal game tomorrow night. The loser will face the Swedes for bronze. The officials for this game, referee Christopher Holm and Mike Langen of Canada, Ani Hotomaki and Turrington Wayanzik are the linesmen. The starting goaltender for the Czechs is 19-year-old Michael Rabel, who plays for UMass in the NCAA. He'll face 10 Hockey East opponents in this game tonight. 6 from Boston College, 3 from BU, 1 from Providence. And Trey Augustine, in his 3rd World Junior, gets the start for the United States. Did not play in the quarterfinal game, the win over Switzerland. Patrick Augusta's team is 4-1 in the tournament after the 4-3 win over Canada in the quarterfinal. David Carl's team is 4-0-1. Their only blemish, an overtime loss to Finland in the opening round. The United States trying to win back-to-back gold medals at the World Junior for the first time in its history. And they bring 10 players back from last year's team against a Czech team that has proven to be difficult. 20 years ago tonight, the Czechs beat the U.S. in the bronze medal game in Grand Forks, North Dakota. After that, they went 17 straight years without a medal. This year, they can win a medal for the 3rd straight World Junior. And we're underway here as Mashtalerski pokes out ahead. Czechs got to a quick start against Canada, scoring in the 1st minute. Chalet. Alves beats it across, and a hard shot taken there by Holinka, and the save made by Augustine.
The goaltender, Trey Augustine, for his first 2 games against, gave up 4 goals, and eventually rallied to.
Back for Galvas, tees it up. Holinka, long shot was blocked. Here's Galvas, he fires, it goes wide up the other side. Chalet shoots. That was blocked by Ralph. Chalet. Back to Galvas. Holinka fires. Blocked in front and sent down the ice.
A lucky breaker, good shot.
Here comes Peter Sikora, not a popular man with Canadian fans after he was on the receiving end of the 5-minute major by Cole Baudouin in that quarterfinal matchup. Now that pass bounces off a skate. Yeko in, shoots at the crossbar.
Power play goal late to win it. Gets an opportunity to clear that, bounces off the defender. Good handle off the toe of his stick and quick release from Jekko. Right off the bar, beats Augustine clean, but bar and out. That's a nice release.
And a draw won by the Czech, Zidličky. Tied up there by Hagens. That pass was knocked down. It bounces back to Leonard. Moves around Dvorak, feeds it back up to Perreault. Backhand shot, scores! Gabe Perreault, the feed from Leonard. And the 2 longtime teammates and friends connect to make it 1-0 Team USA.
We talked about Ryan Leonard and his speed and his physicality. This is all him. Simple chip up the boards. He's gonna soft chip it. Dvorak's gotta let him go. He feeds him the puck and gets it over to Perreault in front of the net. And Perreault's got the slickest hands maybe on the team. And he opens up Rabel, tucks it 5-hole to open the scoring. Oh, that's pretty. Gabe Perreault makes it look so smooth, but none of it happens without the explosive skating.
Fooling teenagers is not a great look for adults. Zidličky, long shot, tip right in front. Good save there by Augustine on the deflection.
To Augustine. Rister, oh wow, late catches Kleber's skate. That is a tough reaction. You can't plan for it, but you need to be ready for it. And a drifter catches the heel. Ooh. And just a late kick gets a piece.
Winds that back to Hagens. Hagens moves in. He shoots, and Rabel makes a stop on him. Augustine will go back to Lansing, Michigan after this tournament, to Michigan State, the #1 ranked team in the NCAA when he left.
And you look what he's done representing the U.S. internationally. It is spectacular.
Here's Hagens on it. Top set back to Leonard. Poke checked away by Jekko. Hagens brings it back through, and Leonard just missed on that.
Recognized all about misinformation. So he sells with his eyes and his stick. This is Hagens. He's going to pass it and then goes for the long wraparound, not the tight one to the post. trying to find the far post, or Ryan Leonard saying, put it on the pads and I might be there.
Off the draw, here comes Leonard, that's poked away, and offensive shot. Rattles high off the glass. In comes Chalet with it. Edward Chalet throws it towards the goal, tip just high.
Forward on the back door, and certainly Czechia thinking shoot.
Fly, Max Talerski turns it over to Nelson. Danny Nelson lines in, throws it back in front. Zemer couldn't corral the pass. Nelson chips it back to Zeev Boyum. And Boyum moves around Max Talerski. Boyum moves in, centers it, that's tipped away by Rabel. That's one, shoot, score! Štancl with a lightning strike, and the Czechs have tied the game at 1. And they do it against the Americans' top line. Jakob Štancl.
Got it to himself now with 6. And a good forecheck turnover here. Hensler throws it up the boards, but Štancl beats his man. And able to step on this rooster. Trey Augustine gets set. Just gets beat clean. Gets through the column route, but it's a good shot. Heavy shot. On the bench for the States, you expect your goaltender to stop that puck. And a good forecheck turnover, quick strike goal, which Czechia is very good at.
Knocked down by Perreault. In comes Hagen. That was knocked back out by Raditz. In comes Ryan Leonard, busting in. And he's sent flying. He looks back at the official.
Hive swirling around him as he takes this, and he is straight line, maybe the fastest player in the game. And drives hard. He thinks he should have a penalty there, but I think he was going down on his own accord, trying to hold his edge.
Max Talerski to the lineman, not out. Zemer works it in, shoots. Bravo got a piece of that. It bounces off the end glass in behind the goal. The National Team Development Program. What does it all mean? And no one has a clear answer. In comes Plant, walks in, feeds it back in front, cute wide by Bernovic. Back to the Czech line. Dvorak looks ahead for Sikora. Kicked ahead by Raditz, loose puck. Štancl pokes at it, and Augustine hangs on to that. Zidlichki knocks that back for Jiricek. Pushes it across for Dvorak. A shot got through. Augustine, a good save there. And Perreault back with it. Had Leonard streaking ahead, but Dvorak steps in front of that pass. Jiricek looks for Petter. Fourth lineup for the Czechs as Perreault feeds it back in front to Leonard. In a row. Oh, and a stop by Rabel. He's lost his goal stick, but he makes the save. Jiricek throws his man down. There's a penalty coming. Ryan Leonard all alone in front, turned away by Rabel.
There's a penalty coming up to Czechia. Christopher Holm that made the call.
Team Czechia, number 14, minor penalty, roughing.
It's Zidlichki for roughing.
Well, that was after the save. And the breakaway for Leonard, because I think Dvorak just blows a tire. 6 in the middle of your screen. Oh boy, heel pick at the worst possible time. Perreault to Leonard. And what a save by Rabel, as well as the rebound. Watch the rebound go off Zidlichki's glove and right back into Rabel. He's got to be sharp for the second one. Almost goes in off his own player. And then the scrum that assumes Zidlichki, who is a bit of a disturber. Perreault gives a shove and then goes down with a stick around his neck. The U.S. goes to the power play.
Perreault back to Boyum. To Perreault, working in, holds it, shoots off the goalpost to it. And Sikora pivots back. Kick back down to Petter. Tried to center, it goes off a stick. Kept alive by Hudson. Nifty move at the line. Hudson centers a bouncing puck, side of the goal. Rabel down. The puck's at his feet. He couldn't find it. Still loose. Poked away by Galvis. Hagen's back with it. Throws it towards the goal. Picked up by Galvis. Chias has it back. Looks ahead.
Hard advantage, not just because you take up more net, but be able to go laterally, get his blocker out right in front of Gabe Perreault. Meet him at the point of attack, make it harder to find an angle to get it past you. Now, Ryan Leonard, it's somehow, some way, managed to get his stick stuck.
9 to go in the second period. Picked up now by Yeko. Yeko moves in and shoots. And the stop is made by Augustine.
Penalty coming up.
Galvis moves in. Backhands it behind the American goal.
So the first contact may have been on a follow-through. Galvis say, well, hang on, the whole thing's on a follow-through. So maybe there.
Would favor the U.S. Higgins. Drops it off to Boyum. Steve Boyum. Walks in, feeds it across. Good shot by Higgins. Save made by Rabel.
And Jurček wants a switch. Sikora doesn't read it. Ends up with Higgins a one-timer. He's got his stick in the air. Just doesn't get enough on it. Catches it.
Jurček with it. Looks ahead for Fibiger. And across the line, Fibiger in shoots. Augustine the save. As Kavoda banks it off the glass and back down the ice. Here's Hudson with it. Up ahead to Connolly, throws it back. Eiserman scores! Cole Eiserman, power play goal, and the United States is back on top. He doesn't play a lot, but when he does, stuff happens.
What a shot. Eiserman right off the entry. As Connolly drives it wide, and that puck is coming with some heat. Dvorak maybe backs up just a little bit, but this is not a hard shot to execute. This is a hard shot to execute. He gets down on one knee and rips it past Rabel. And the U.S. families celebrate the go-ahead goal. Cole Eiserman. You're right. I mean, he might have 8 shifts in this game.
Novotny breaks it back out. Novotny walks it and shoots. Augustine the save on Adam Novotny. He's out there with Yeko and Feltzman.
He's popped up a couple times in the second period. Czechia trying to find a little bit more pace in their game, and Novotny has that. Good decision. Take it in, and Augustine feels the puck trickling in his 7-hole perhaps and squeezes it down. And keeps him outside. No pass to be had. Shots there to be made. It's a good save by Augustine.
In comes Leonard. Thrown down hard by Dvorak.
And we see the good and up mid plays and chucked down there by Dvorak. Would stand up. Little glove to the chest or chin. And Leonard, he can be a salesman when he goes down. It's a good hard hit. That was maybe a little bit high, but.
Looks around to Raditz. At the line, it's held. Moved ahead to Leonard. Leonard feeds that back door to shot by Hudson. Stopped by Rabel. Feltzman. Break wide to Novotny busting in. Novotny threads it back in front. Bounces right to Augustine. He kicked that away by Huzleski. There's centering pass. Here's Perreault. He's got Rabel down, trying to reverse his tracks. Rabel's got the pad down and hangs on.
Find a way to stop the puck. Game Pro so smooth. And Rabel knows he has to get the post sealed, so he grabs it and then pins his back foot against it.
Back for Galvis. Galvis feeds it back. Shot by Huzanitsky goes wide. Long lead pass. Diving for it was Sikora. And Sikora pokes out ahead. In comes Sikora, pulls it to his feet. Taken down there by Colin Rapp. Is going to be a penalty on Team USA. So the Czechs got a power play. 3 minutes and 5 seconds into the third period.
And Eiserman getting right in the face of Sikora on the way to the bench. And he's heated. Pretty good effort by Sikora, though. Battling, he's got 2 or 3 U.S. defenders on him. Goes through his feet, finds a gap, and draws a penalty. And Eiserman right up in his grill.
Down to Yeko. To Jurček. Yeko tees it up and shoots, and Augustine punches that away. Yeko. Back to Jurček. Crossing goes Sikora, miscues that. It bounces back in front. Sikora back on it. That's moved down the ice by Terrence. Knocked down by Sikora. He holds the line. Sikora shoots. Augustine makes the stop. Now Galvis jumps in across the line with the Czechs changing. The puck in the feet of Minetian. Quickly looks ahead for Perreault. That's stolen back. In comes Zidlički. Zidlički shoots. Augustine save. Rebound knocked away by Ralph.
Busy through 2 periods, just 14 shots, but early on, he had a couple pretty good looks and pretty good saves for Augustine, fighting through traffic. 2 blockers that he steers aside nicely. And looking more settled and more confident.
One by Feltzman. Yeko for Novotny. In comes Novotny with it. He's tied up. Now picked up by Feltzman. A shot. Augustine save. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Augustine! Yeko can't believe he missed. What a stop by the American netminder. And everyone looking at the scoreboard from the ice to see how this happened.
Czechia won't get a better chance this Yeko. Oh, he's backing up, trying to give himself space for a pass. He's got to reach forward for the rebound, can just heel it. So there's no velocity, there's no accuracy, just directed towards the net. And Augustine with the reach on his toe to make the save. And one of those ones, if that puck is 6 inches either side, it goes in. It's going to go through his legs, or it's going to go in the short side. But Augustine takes away another goal from, I played there when I was in college against the Gophers.
Bernovic off the side angle. A save made by Rabo. He'll hang on to that. Mentioned the Americans have 10 players back from last year. They have 9 who can return next year. Danny Nelson spins out of the corner. Nelson moves back in front. Rabo will save. I'm going to hit the post. That would trickle jump wide.
Wheels out of the corner and takes it all the way. Hard late drive and a quick pad. You think you have the empty net, and he rings it off the post. Rabo was late seeing it, didn't get his right leg out, and what a move. Oh, just hard off the post by Nelson.
To Perreault, to Boyum. Boyum back for Perreault. Walks right in, feeds that down for Leonard. Tees it up. That's hammered wide by Bernovic, and Leonard couldn't believe he missed. Boyum shoots. The save made by Rabo. Here's Boyum. Works back across. Feeds that down to Perreault. Walks in and shoots. That deflects wide. Hagen's with it. 35 seconds to go on the American power play. Boyum, Perreault, shoots and deflects up and out of play as Leonard got flattened in front. And I think we might see a penalty here.
No, just a stern talking to.
Oh, he's going to get a...
But more importantly, the U.S. set it up perfectly. Leonard to Bernovic, wide open net, and he sails it wide. Bernovic's interesting. He plays on the 4th line. He doesn't have a point in the tournament. Ryan Leonard, hands on his head, cannot believe that didn't get in. He's like, yeah, slam dunk. No! Bernovic, no points in the tournament.
By Fortescue. Rabo moves it around to Feltzman. Inside 5 to go here. In the 3rd, stolen now by Higgins. Moves it and shoots and puts that wide. Out to center ice, it goes to Boyum. Backhands it back down to the Czech zone. Rabo plays it back around to Zidlički. Chips it back down the American line. Minetian. Late pass finds Perreault. In comes Gabe Perreault from it and scores! And those two strike again to give the United States a 3-1 lead. And now they can smell it.
And the captain gives him a little insurance with a feed from his buddy, the same way he set him up in the 1st period. Line change, quick up, catch the Czechs. The second Gabe Perreault gets his puck, the second it's on his stick, he is passing it to Ryan Leonard. He understands Leonard's faster, he'll get to the back post, I just gotta bide my time and get it over there. They will not catch him, he will not miss. And how's that feed? That is a butterfly with sore feet kind of sauce. Nice and smooth.
And look at David Carl react.
David Carl on the bench.
David Carl is not normally.
No, he's stoic back there.
A positive guy, but a little fist pump from him. So the U.S. with a 2-goal lead, and Ryan Leonard has his 5th of the tournament. He is leaving his mark. Olinka knocked that free for Chalet. Chalet centers it. Rautis couldn't reach it. Now back at the point is Galvis. To Sikora, winds and shoots. He miscued that. And Ryan Leonard picks it up. Taking down, a penalty coming.
Not an automatic goal because he was not in alone.
He was close.
Some guys in behind him there. He probably would have scored, but there were guys in there to defend as well. So it's going to be Sikora, much to the crowd's delight, I'm sure.
The fan favorite.
Team Czechia, number 17, minor penalty tripping.
Leonard fresh off the bench. He gets a loose puck. He doesn't try to score. He's going to just power around. Sikora just brings him down with a hook. And so the U.S. with 2:57 on the clock. Trey Augustine had a pretty good night as he's had to make some acrobatic saves. He was fighting the puck early, but as the game has gone on, he's gotten sharper, especially that blocker side and anything to it, whether it's up high or down low.
That is empty. For the Czechs, Galvis. Feeds it back across, and a long shot by Jiricek is stopped by Augustine.
Czechia has to do this. They're down a man playing shorthanded. You got to pull the goalie to make it 5-on-5. Czechia can fire the puck down the ice anytime they want. Below the zone, it will not be icing. So there's that to consider as well, as Jiricek, who can really bring it, gets it down to that Benedian with a nice
Chalet. Chalet drops it off. In comes Galvis. Galvis backhands it back. At the line, saved by Holinka. Holinka throws it back in front, picked up by Fortescue. He'll send it down. I guess not icing with the U.S. shorthanded.
Czech shorthanded, so that one will be an icing.
Of course.
U.S. on a power play.
Poke back at the line for Jiricek. His shot was blocked by Moore. Picked up now by Galvis. Galvis being shadowed there by Nelson. Chalet trying to work it free. Nelson looks ahead for Moore. He's got a clear path to the net, and Moore scores. Empty netter for Team USA. It's 4-1, and they'll be going to the gold medal game tomorrow night against the only team that's beaten them in the last 2 years at the World Junior Championship.
The reward for the defensive players who are out there to finish off a game happen to have an empty net. Moore, who has been a diligent worker all tournament long. His speed makes him the first rounder of Chicago. And next year's World Juniors will be at his Minnesota University. Takes out the plastic in the camera in the net. No need for that, Race.
Yeah. Boyum's been great for them. Cole Hudson as well. And so the United States is off to the gold medal game against Finland. The Czechs will play Sweden for bronze. We'll get the top players of the game for each team, and then we'll have the top 3 players of the tournament for each club.
And I think for this group of players, this is sort of a culmination of about 5 years, with most of them playing together, doing a lot of winning together, and trying to do something that no U.S. team has ever done before, and that's win back-to-back World Junior Championships.